Ladies and gentlemen, fellow changemakers, we would like to officially welcome all of you to the final round of this year's Hult Prize at Chulalongkorn 2023. We hope that you will all enjoy and have a great time here with us this afternoon. Allow us to introduce ourselves. My name is Thanon Gorapin Thanon, or you can call me Brian.
And my name is Natalie Kian Tawor, or you can call me Sunny, and we'll be your Master of Ceremonies for today.
This year's competition is challenging as well as insightful. All teams have been working very hard to deliver the best case solution and have done excellent work.
We would like to congratulate the 4 finalist teams that are here with us today and the final round of Hult Prize at Chulalongkorn 2023. And we will know who will be the winner in just a few hours.
That's right, Sunny. And this year's case competition would not have happened without our generous sponsors. Thank you, มืองไทยประกันชีวิต ชิดป๊อปบ้านปู Rasdan Good, Sabina, Pusen Home, TL Top League, and Sprinkle.
Now, we would like to walk you through the agenda for today. We'll start with a discussion session with the judges on today's fashion industry, then followed by the pitching of 4 finalist teams, which the first 2 teams will conduct their presentation first. Then we will have a 10-minute break. After that, we will continue the pitches from the last 2 teams. Then another 20 minutes break for our judges to deliberate the result and come back with award ceremony. For today's participants, we have a special giveaway of 5 bags from Sabina, so please stay tuned for that. In addition, popular votes for the 4 finalist teams will be conducted from the votes from on-site participants.
And next, we would like to invite Associate Dean for Student Affairs to give us the opening speech to kickstart our final round. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Associate Professor Dr. Somchanok Paskwantara. Thank you,
Casey. And dear honorable judges, the speakers, finalists, and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, today is our remarkable day of pitching event, and I think that this is a good platform for our students who are going to be future leaders to make our world a better place to live, to have an awareness of social issue, and for us, I think the award is not the end result, but I think the awareness is the most important. And today could not be happened if we don't have our judges to preside at the ceremony, and also we have speakers who are going to inspire our students about social issues, and also we have great organizing committees and sponsoring companies that support us throughout this year. And this year is the 7th year of Hult Prize at Chula, and it's the first on-site after COVID, after 3 years. So we are pleased to have it hold it here in Chulalongkorn University. So I hope that today we're going to have fruitful events, and for those who don't get the award, don't be upset. I think the most important thing that I mentioned earlier is about the awareness that we have for social issues to make our world be a good place to live. So I hope that everything will be smooth today, and we can enjoy listening to the pitching today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ajahn Somchanok, inspiring opening speech. So next, let us recap our journey together as change makers in this year's Hult Prize at Chulalongkorn 2023.
During the competition period, we have conducted 3 workshops that was held to enhance relevant skills for our fellow change makers. The first workshop is centered around idea generation. We have invited P. Chanwit Singtukun, or P. Peter, Chief Operating Officer and Chief Product Officer of Shipop as our guest speaker. In this workshop, we've learned how to ideate creative solutions, discuss the characteristics of a successful business ideas, and the common challenge faced during ideation process.
And the second workshop is under the theme Sustainable Fashion Insight, which we have invited P. Amon Pon Puwanan, or P. Pon, the Chief Executive Officer and co-founder of Morloop, an online platform that sells clothes surplus from factories. In this workshop, we learned in depth about the sustainable fashion industry, the ways in which we can foster sustainability, and initiatives to mitigate environmental impacts.
And lastly, the third workshop, under the topic of professional pitching. We have invited Dr. Saranya Sengsupa, the inventor of pitching model Canvas and Chief Financial Officer and co-founder of Durian Corporation. Here, we learned how to make an impactful presentation, ways to simplify to listeners, and the relevant skills to be a good pitcher.
And during the competition, we had the pre-elimination round for the remaining 16 teams to identify the 4 finalist teams that are here with us in this auditorium today. And here, where we will find out the winner for this year's Hult Prize at Chulalongkorn 2023.
That's right. And as the theme for this year's competition is sustainable fashion, we would like to invite the judges to discuss about today's fashion industry. First, let us introduce our judges.
Please welcome onto the stage Kun Chanwit Singtukun, Chief Operating Officer and Chief Product Officer at Shipop. And next, please join me in welcoming Kun Baratai Usal, CSR and Sustainability Manager at Agora. And lastly, please join me in welcoming Mr. Dillium Bar, CEO and founder of Clear2. So we can begin our discussion.
Yes.
Today's fashion industry is the world's 3rd largest manufacturing sector, contributing $2.4 trillion to the global economy. With this immense global impact, the industry produces over 150 billion articles of clothing each year and employs 300 million people across its value chain, a sixth of the world's workforce. This overproduction incurs a terrible environmental and social cost. So as esteemed professionals in this industry, what are your thoughts on these figures?
So when we look at the fashion industry with the numbers you just tell us, it really shows us the importance that our generation needs to rethink the whole fashion industry. The fashion industry, the way I see it, is this huge limping giant that since 1990 has not really changed. If you look at the stats, to produce one t-shirt in 2002, it would take us about 2,700 liters of water. As of today, more than 20 years later, we are still producing the same amount. We still need, the same amount of water for a t-shirt. So I think we really need to rethink the whole fashion industry, from how we get our raw materials, our cotton, for example, to how we produce and how we distribute across the globe. And also we need to look at how we manage to recycle all the clothes we don't wear anymore, from recycling facilities or to second-hand and creating circular economies to be able to reuse them. So,
Okay, so you're talking about the whole value chain, so from sourcing until the actual recycling process.
Yeah, exactly. Everything really needs to be completely reimagined and rethought so that we can have more sustainable ways to produce, keep our clothes, our garments longer, and be able to transform what we don't use anymore into new products.
Thank you. And Mr. Baratai, do you have any thoughts on the figures?
Yeah, I think I'm going to echo what's been said. I think these figures are showing us how fashion industry has gotten complex and big during the recent years, but the flip side of the coin is the social and environmental burden the fashion industry is creating, and I think this is calling for a sense of urgency and a need for new ways of thinking. Since if we are going to be solving the problems of fashion industry, I think we will need new ways of thinking, since the same thinking that initially created these problems are not going to help us get to a sustainable future for the industry. So I think we will definitely need a whole system approach that takes all the supply chain components into consideration.
So what about you, Peter? What are your thoughts on today's fashion industry?
Okay, so for my see, right? So I think a lot of people, they have some like fast fashions. So mostly they are buying things in some very rich hot times, and we buy things today, right? So that's why we produce a lot of clothes, and we do to over, right? So I mean that into coming to the point, right? So how do we can solve it? We want to be sustainable, right? So we have to rethink that, to just say, right? So it's the connecting about the supplies things that we have to see the same picture first, that what we are up to for now, right? So mostly if we try to understand how the people think about the buying product for what, and how we can change the way they think about that and make them longer, right? So because if we compare ourselves to a plastic before, right, maybe some of our people will use the buying our product and can use it up to like couple of years, right? But for now they can use like a couple of days and they just turn it and sell it, right? So I think if we can have some of the solutions to make the cycles that make everything combine together and make it more sustainable, is the way to do it.
Thank you. Talking about fast fashions, we have this quote that says, buy fewer and wear longer. What are your thoughts on this quote?
Okay, so yeah, I agree with that. So mostly the quote that we buy more reduce, right? We reduce buying. So it's not that we have to buy a lot, but what we need and how much. So we only buy what we need, and later we can save the rest to the others. So if we can use it as long as we could, we can also save the other things, and we also can help other people to can access to what we can have.
For me, what I'm going to say might sound controversial, but I think making unsustainable less doesn't necessarily mean sustainable alone, or making sustainability a luxury is not going to be the solution for the fashion industry. I'm just going to be repeating myself what I have already said for the first question, but I think when it comes to sustainability in fashion industry, we need a whole system approach where we take every single piece of the supply chain into consideration, from design to procurement, production, logistics, post-consumption. So taking a look at consumption alone is probably not going to get us where we need to be, while it's definitely important. So I think I'm personally at the side of, for example, focusing on making cars sustainable and automobile industry circular first, rather than focusing on how we get less cars on the road, for example. So I'm much more looking into whole supply chain and try to tackle it as a whole before we just focus on the consumer side, which is, I think, something that we are already taking a very strong look at the moment, and I think we need to pass it and look at the supply chain as a whole now.
So yeah, my point on that, I believe it's a great starting point, but I don't think it goes far enough. When we look at the fashion industry, again, 20, 30 years ago, we would have 4 collections per year. And then we had the apparition of fast fashion going to 12 and 24 collections per year. And right now we're in this mindset of nearly hyper fast fashion, with huge companies producing 52 collections per year. That's more or less 1 collection every single week. That's about 10,000 new items every month that goes on their marketplace. So the way I really look at it is buy less, but we should buy actually better. Buying all these hyper fast fashion companies, you will buy extremely low quality items that will have a very, very short lifespan. You will wear them 6, 7 times, and then they'll just go into the bin because they're completely used. So we really need to have this power as a consumer to say, hey, listen, I'm going to spend a bit more, get more quality, and that item I'll be able to keep it longer, and if you have brothers and sisters, give to my brother, give to my sister, and that clothes will then live 3 to 4 to 5 years. So the complete sentence for me should rather be buy better, wear more.
Thank you for that. So I think the key takeaway that we have for that question is that this is an imperative, prevalent issue that should be tackled with the whole supply chain. So not just in the consumer sense, but also in the whole comprehensive cycle. Right? So upon that, I wanted to ask some follow-up questions. So in that whole supply chain, which segment or sector do you think that requires the most change or attention?
It's difficult to say. Probably we could start with how we produce, the production level. But then if you look at the production level, it's how we source our products. So then we'll have to modify how we source, for example, our cotton, how much we pay for the kilo. And you have to look at it really in a full ensemble, as a full image. And of course, then the consumer will be able to take a decided action.
I think I agree with what has been said. I think it's a whole supply issue. But just to add one another perspective to it, I think brands and the consumers are playing a very important role in it. So I think the actors who are controlling how we produce and how we use are the most critical parts that we need to take a look at it if we are to solve the problems of the fashion industry.
So I'm from the logistics, right? So I see a lot of things, so for now, because we are buying a lot of product, so each one who buy what clothes, they use one box, right? In Thailand. So it's not just affect the clothing industry. So you talk about the logistics thing, right? So we actually do a lot of carbon emissions around because just we buy a lot of things in the different of the companies, right? We doesn't that even consolidate everything in one box and send it to one house, right? We do like 5 for brand, right? 5 box. So I think back to why we need to I think we need to share a lot of things because in different areas of work, right? It's not just from the clothes side, from the whole supply chain, it relates to a lot of industries. And I think we need that to see the whole picture, how to handle it. And just by only the last mile that we're doing, sending things, is no effect of it. For now, because e-commerce, I think mostly 30-40% is on the fashion way, and we see a lot of huge growth coming from outside the COVID also. So I think we need to consider a lot of things, not just about how to product things like clothes, but how to distribute the clothes into efficient way, and that we can sustain not only the clothes but for the environment.
So we see all the aspects from supply chain. So now we would like you all to share your messages to the new generations like us. What are your thoughts and messages to them about this fashion industry as the consumer and as young entrepreneurs?
So start for me, right? Okay. So I think I have class of ideation. Right? So I think the best idea is the idea that we execute. So even for now, we are trying to solve a lot using a lot of ideas, but it will if it doesn't execute it. So the way we execute doesn't have to be that we have to build the companies or doing the business to help them. Actually, by ourselves, we have some response to do that. Right? We buy less things and we buy better things that we can use in long term. So if everyone doing that things, I think the world should be better.
So I think I'm going to be referring to and then refer my speech to the business students and the entrepreneurs and the future leaders that we have today. For me, I think having spent 6 years in Japan working for a company called Uniqlo and leading their global sustainability marketing and communications, I came to the realization that sustainability in fashion industry, at fashion industry, there's no one solution that fits all, basically. And we need to come up with business solutions that take the realities of the countries, the regions that we are in, and bring local solutions to not only to customers but also environmental and social problems of sustainability as well. So I think I'm on the positive side that we were just giving the figures of fashion industry as well. Of course, while there are problems, I think there are a lot of opportunities as well. So I think it's basically up to new generation, people who are studying business, sustainability at the moment to grab and bring valuable business proposals that are also addressing the problems that we have at the moment. So I'm on the positive side, so there are a lot of opportunities and hope we will see people in this room within the years tackling these problems after this case study.
So, for my opinion, I think as consumers, we have a huge power and right to do that tiny bit more research into the companies, to request and to shop with companies that respect our values, that respect our sustainability goals. It's a bit more complicated to do shopping with sustainable brands, for sure, but then you're displaying your values out loud. It's a bit more expensive, but you keep your assets, your garments a lot longer. So what I would say is, as a consumer, ask for more, demand for more quality, and there we go.
Thank you for your answers. So now, do you have any few words for our contestants or for finalist teams before the presentation?
Well, first of all, congratulations to everybody for arriving to this last stage. I wish you all the best of luck and hope the best win.
Yeah, I'm going to be repeating myself, but sustainability needs definitely localized approach and need to take the realities and if we are in Thailand, so realities of Thailand and the region. It's a very, very difficult task to tackle. So I would like to wish good luck to all the teams and looking forward to hear what you have today.
So for me, congratulations to everyone that can coming to the final stage. And so we do add on, right? So I see a lot of sometimes that we doing the competition, right? So even after the competitions, I want you to continue what you're doing. I mean the project that you were presenting to us, right? Even you win or lose, I think doesn't matter. But I want you to keep making it real, happiness, to have to solve the sustainability. We need to sustain ourselves to doing that in order to sustain the world.
Right. Thank you again, judges.
Thank you very much, judges. fashion industry. And now, we will have the presentation from the 4 finalist teams. The order will be as follows. The first presenting team is Team Trouble. The second team is Team Happily Leap. The third team is Team Begin Consulting. And the fourth and last presenting team is Team IE Consulting.
Without further ado, let's begin with the first presenting team, Team Trouble. Welcome Team Trouble to the final round of Hult Prize at Chulalongkorn 2023.
Please give a round of applause for our Team Trouble.
Welcome again Team Trouble to the final round of Hult Prize at Chulalongkorn 2023. You will have 6 minutes to present, followed by 10 minutes of Q&A.
There will be a time reminder when you have 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute, and 30 seconds left remaining for both presentation and Q&A sessions. We will stop you when your time is up. You will have 2 minutes for your final preparation and may begin when you're ready.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are from Trouble. First of all, I would like to ask you all a question. Okay, so how many times would you normally wear a piece of clothes? Is it 3, 7, 8, or 15? No, that's not enough. We suggest 30. 30 is the numbers of time that a piece of clothes can normally wear and is still going to be in a good condition. But you know what the trouble is? Here, nowadays, people tend to throw their clothes away after wearing it just only 7 to 10 times. And 1/3 of people consider the clothes old after wearing it just only once or twice. So that's why 10% of the clothes are sold to be wear again. And the rest of them, they go to the landfills. So that's why we came up with 30, our website platform. We promise that every piece of clothes will be given the opportunity to reach its full potential, which is to be worn more than 30 times. And we want to increase the lifespan of the clothes by keep it moving around the cycle of consumption and production to keep it from ending up in the landfills. And within our platform, customers can enjoy exclusive and well-organized guilt-free clothes here. And this is our target, middle class, age 20 to 40, who wants to explore their new style fashion, but they don't want to buy the clothes that can be worn just only a few times. They also want to let go of their unwanted clothes, but this process took so much effort. And they also want to buy second-hand clothes in order to reduce fast fashion, but they still concerned about the quality and hygiene. So here is our function that will solve their problems.
So here's the prototype of our product third. Users can register our web-based platform using their email and it can easily access it via link. Next, I'm going to take you through 2 main functions of 30, which are 1, buy and borrow, and 2, the redesign. With buy and borrowing, first start off with buying. Customers can select second-hand pieces of their choice and purchase them. And with borrowing, customers can rent a piece in a month, try them on, whether they like it or not. If they like it, they can buy it, or if they don't, they can reject it and return it to us. Now, I would like to specifically want to mention this function, the redesign. Customers can send in their worn-out clothes to us, where we will match the suitable designer with their piece of clothing, and then we'll redesign it based on their requests and preferences, where the cost will range from 500 to 1,000 baht. Other than that, 30 our product also provide other functions like the community, where users can connect with each other and talk about fashion sustainability and other fashion-related topics. And here's the example of our partner, which is the designer, where we want to work with new young designers who have fresh fashion design ideas. And these are our three main stakeholders. The benefit that we get are confidence system, security, quality, and community. And the special profit for the customer is duty-free shopping. For the designer, it's favorite. They will get 60%, and for the seller, they will get 70% of the price for buying and 30% of the price of ordering. And for the promotion, we also provide three promotion, and the outstanding one I want to mention is tier. Normally, we earn the point from the price that we buy, right? Instead of doing that, we offer you the point from the time that you wear the code. For example, 10 training, wear 10 times and get 10 discount. And we also set up the booth monthly along with doing the PR and boosting ads for help us to connect with customer. And this is how we differ from others.
And now for the market size of our business in Thailand. We have taken demographic, geographic, and psychographic information into consideration and are left with 64,000 people as our most potential customers. We're planning on operating the first phase of our business in Thailand, which will take 2 years. And then we will expand to other countries in Asia Pacific region for the second phase. And the third phase to other 5 global countries. And this is our financials. Our sources of revenue are the consignment fee from the selling, the consignment fee from the lending of clothes, and then the redesign fee. And then we'll get the total revenue. And the lower part is for the expenses. So at the bottom, we'll get the net income for each year until the year 2030. But we're not only doing this for the profit, right? We're also doing it for the world to be changed for the better. So let's take a look at the impact our business can create. So our business will stop the unhealthy cycle of clothing. No more overproduction, no more clothes in the landfill. The clothes will get a chance to be used to their highest potential. Let's dig deeper into it. By the end of the year 2030, around 300 million kilograms of carbon dioxide will have been reduced as a result of our business. That amount is equal to the weight of 2,000 blue whales, one of the largest animals on the planet. So please join us in stopping the unhealthy cycle of clothing. And remember, we wear more, we care more. Thank you.
Thank you again, Team Toilet Trouble. Q&A session will now begin. Let's hear from our judges.
So yeah, I'd like to hear a bit more about your borrowing. You say you will set up the borrowing. Will this be specific of the luxury segment or on any clothes segments?
Here the clothes that we're gonna go into our warehouse and do the buy and borrow system or redesign. So this is the one that. Okay, so the clothes that are still in good and quality, when they send the customer, the seller send the clothes to us. So we're gonna screen and check out for the quality of the clothes. If they are past our quality check, they're gonna go to the buy and borrow function. But if they are not, so they're gonna go to we will offer the redesign the clothes that are torn or unqualified to give them a new chance to be worn again.
Within your proposal, I believe you are having a membership model, right? And so customers are going to be borrowing clothes and returning clothes if they don't like it. Am I correct? So when you were having your impact analysis, did you take the shipping into your consideration? Did you have any detailed analysis on your impact? So basically, I'm curious about how did you come up with that impact analysis and that number of carbon emissions that you're going to be decreasing?
Okay, the total of the impact is from the reused clothes. However, we also realize that the since process also makes pollution, so we are consider that we will have no packaging. Only the packaging that we will have is the box, and the box that we will use is come from the eco-friendly and can be used. Moreover, we will find the partner who support the eco-friendly system for shipping.
Yeah, and for the number of carbon dioxide reduced, it is from how we assume the number of products that will be bought and the number of clothes that will be lended from our business, and also the number of clothes that will be redesigned. Those clothes, if they're not in our business, they're probably going to be got rid of or be the waste and will create the carbon dioxide. So having them be reused in our business will reduce the potential of those carbon dioxide.
Okay, so I think I have two questions. So the first thing that how do you make sure that everyone can read by 30 times, or how to track that numbers coming from buy bottles or rolling things or the design to make sure that you 30 times. And I'm seeing the number that you are doing 70% commissions on sale. So I want to know the number that you focusing on. The ratio, right? So you have two models. One is sales lendings, another is design, right? So which one you focus on? How much ratio compared to each?
Yeah, we focus more on the buy and borrow part. And for the number of clothes that we estimated people will buy from us, it's from the fact that normally people would buy around 12 clothes per year. So we kind of do some estimation, take some substitute of our business into consideration, and we're looking around 2 clothes per year per person.
So only counting on from your platform, right?
And I want to answer the first question that you asked, how to make sure that they wear. So in our website, whether it's buy or borrow, we will have when they only buy or borrow that. They're gonna be the part with the clothes that they are buy or borrow. There will be a button to click to take the pictures of the clothes that they wear or clothes that they wear to confirm that each of the clothes are worn more than 30 times.
You mean each day they wear the clothes, they have to think and to send in the data, right?
Each piece of clothes will be the button, and every time they wear our clothes, they have to take the photo and upload it on our platform.
And what benefit that they will get?
So there are benefits, the points that they will get from us, which is they can earn the points by the numbers of time that they wear our clothes, and this is their privilege that they're gonna get. If they are trainee, when they wear our clothes more than 10 times, they will get 10% discount on the next purchase. And if they wear more than 20 times, they will get our stick alive for free. And if they wear more than 30 times, they will get the 30% discount on the next purchase.
Okay.
Looking at your financials, I was just curious on what is the average price of an item you think you will be selling?
The average price for the selling of clothes, it's around 1,150 baht. Because the price range from 300 baht to 2,000 baht.
Okay. Being in the second-hand industry myself, that's a number you have to be extremely careful about. The number of people in Thailand who can afford 1,000 baht plus clothes is very, very small. The number of fast fashion companies in Thailand, such as Zara, H&M, are also very, very small. So entering this market, if you really want to attack those 1,000, you're really into a very, very small market. That's mostly governed in Bangkok, maybe a bit Phuket, and that's about it. As soon as you leave there, the average price of a garment falls to 240 to 300 baht per item. So you really have to encompass this into your models to make sure that your financials will reflect the reality and that charging 20 or 30% will be enough to cover all your costs.
We'll take that into consideration.
Right. Thank you, judges and Thank you, Team Trouble. And next, we have Team Happily Lead. Please be welcomed onto the stage.
Welcome Team Happily League to the final round of Hult Prize at Chulalongkorn 2023. You have 6 minutes to present, followed by 10 minutes of Q&A.
There will be a time reminder when you have 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining for both presentation and Q&A sessions. We will stop you when the time is up. You have 2 minutes for final preparation and may begin when you're ready.
Let's meet Kun Oil. She loves shopping clothes for her kids, matching outfits, buying costumes, lobster, chicken. The issue though, her kids are growing very fast. As a result, she has to constantly buy new clothes a couple times every month, new occasions, because they no longer fit. In the end, these clothes are left laying in her closet in a perfectly fine condition. However, this problem does not only occur with Kun Oil. Globally speaking, 87% of clothing waste goes to landfill. Let alone the children's clothes in the UK, 183 million pieces. Shockingly, 64% of babies' clothes are not stained, not punctured, or even worn. And sadly, it takes 200 years to decompose. Eventually, it will pile up endlessly. Till then, scientists will try to find solutions. Because it's too late, there will not be a solid solution. This problem is urgent and we would like to act now. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are Happily Lead and let us begin the presentation. So from our survey of 200 mothers, we found that 64% are interested in using second-hand clothes. On average, they buy 5 to 15 pieces per month, and the biggest concerns are hygiene and quality.
Fashion for kids industry is terrifying. So we are presenting to our business, viewers, the best sustainable process for the parents who cares. As first, we're focusing on renting. However, we also have another business unit offering new clothes for the consumer. This will create another unique identity for our brands by cooperating with our special designer group. For talking about rentings, first, we will collecting clothes, getting them into categories, and renting out. Most of the clothes will come back to us and regenerate the part. At Jewelry, we are aiming at circular to zero. Most of our revenue will come from subscription fee. However, late return and damages product will be customer responsibilities. And most importantly, we are creating win-win solution. Customers save money, you will generate revenue, and together we create a better world. You may wonder how we start. We started collecting clothes through individual and business. Things that are known to you can be new to the others at viewers. We know that all the mothers love their children at heart, so all the product will go through the process of 6-step sanitizations to give only the best to our customers. Finally, coming to our Forest designer pool, we have 2 groups of special designers. First, student who seek job, and second is the stay-at-home mom who may be taken out of the labor market. Who will know the kids better than the mother? I see no one. You may wonder how platform look like. We allow customers to purchase and subscribe using only simple hand move and strong sense of sustainability to create awareness. We also create community for the mother to talk, discuss, and consult with each other. One thing I know about the mother is they love to talk. Without the right marketing strategy, we cannot sell, of course. We will create a peering platform to get the best first impression from consumers. We will gain reputation by using kid-friendly influencer, and with our strong business model of membership and strong engagement, we assure that we can retain most of the consumers. Going back to Kun Oy, those pain points are no longer problems. Now she can change her children's clothes even more often while creating no waste, less spending, and yet more sustainability. You wear eco parenting on a budget.
Let's go to the next one is market share. There are 3.5 million Thai mothers going down to 85% using our platform, online platform for shopping. By targeting only 0.5% in the first year, the result will be around 15,000 subscribers. So our target customer will be middle to high income mothers involving in fashion direct, parents community and sustainability. In globally, as you see, the opportunity in children clothing industry, by target only 0.5%, we can gain around 2.5 million Thai baht. Next topic is expansion plan. In 2023 to 2024, we plan to setting up the warehouse in Bangkok, and also in 2025, we will launch the new product line, which is educational toys and gears.
And after we expand to Singapore in the year 2030, moving on to the financial performance, we will be able to generate the average revenue growth of 47% per year. And back to Kun Oy. If Kun Oy use our service for a month, she will be able to reduce the amount of carbon dioxide by driving 1,100 kilometers. And by just only 1 year of our operation, we'll be able to save clothing waste for more than 200,000 pieces. And by 2030, we will be able to save a huge amount of carbon emission, saving more than 3 billion pieces of clothing waste and save water for 7.5 million people globally. And lastly, Kun Oy will no longer face this problem, and those clothes will no longer be in trash because they trust in you wear for the parents who care. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Happy for the presentation. And now the Q&A session will now begin. Let's hear from our judges.
When you were doing your competitor analysis, did you take platforms such as Facebook Marketplace into consideration? They're already very strong mothers network on Facebook, and they are probably making much more money than selling to another mother than putting it to your platform and maybe getting a discount. How would you convince such mothers and bring customers from platforms such as Facebook Marketplace to your platform?
Thank you for the question. So, in the first year of our business, as we mentioned before that, we're going to use the micro-influencer for example, in YouTube, and because right now we see the trend in parent blogging. So we see the opportunity in this, and with the connection with the connection with the, for example, Kun Bin Gawi, who is a senior student at Chulalongkorn, which right now is a very famous YouTuber in children blogging. We can use this point as our marketing strategy.
Let me add on besides marketing. According to our surveys, mother put the emphasis on hygiene. And if you buy the products on marketplace or Facebook, how do you know that those products will suitable, comfortable, and clean for your children? If you give us the products, we will ensure that they will go through the process of sanitizations. We ensure the products that are the best for your kids, that can easily so that will be like our point of service.
I see, thank you. And when you were coming up with this business idea, business proposal, did you look at the global examples of companies doing similar models? Or you think you are the first one who's going to be challenging this concept for mothers?
Actually, we creating these business models by looking at the pain points, and we come up with this business.
But we also look to the global market that also doing this business, and we see that in Southeast Asia and in Asia there are no one who are entering these markets of wedding clothes. So we can see the potential and opportunity being the first mover of the market in the Asia.
I see, thank you. There's a company called Bundling, and they're basically doing what you had proposed, and they are now kind of getting started from the UK and being expanded to Europe. But if you're targeting for Southeast Asia, if for your target market and you want to be the first mover here, I think it would make sense. Thank you.
In Southeast Asia, I was actually thinking, I don't know if you heard about Recycle. Recycle in Hong Kong, they have very similar business model to yours that they launched about 4 to 5 years ago in second-hand kids fashion. I think it can be interesting to have a look at their go-to-market strategy, how they managed to get that Hong Kong market. I think now they're expanding to new countries. You'll have to check that on your time.
Yeah, I want to emphasize that even our business model is focusing on renting right now, we also expect to expand into recycle to close the loop. Because after we renting consistently, the cost will be damaged. So we also entering to offering the new recycles. And we want to emphasize it because we have our special designer pool that we will use the stay at home. That will create another great impact for the community because 45% of mothers with small children are unemployed. Yeah.
About the whole renting system, how did you think about when you get items back that are torn or unusable after the renting? Do you have an insurance policy that will take care of the cost? What's the mindset behind that?
Yes, so before we rent out our clothes, we have all the regulations that our customer have to follow. If it's just a little bit of stain that we can wash it off, that's fine. We're not going to find them, but if it's just a very big, the thing that we cannot fix, we going to the customer have to pay the cost of that clothes for us.
Actually, I want to know that what's your unfair linkage or what's your key selling point from your product?
So first, as you can see, our product compared to buying a single children clothes, our product provide more affordable price, and as we say the pain point before, the mother will be able to change her clothes frequently for her kids, and furthermore, because and also our business also focus on sustainability, so it's both win-win situation for the customer to get a cheaper and affordable price of product, and for us all the world to save the world.
I want to mention the fact that children have to change the clothes every 12 weeks, so it's undeniable that mother have to buy the new one. So we come up with this business because we focusing at the core of sharing between mothers in the communities.
I want to add on, although as you know, maybe birth rate will go down, but if you see from the statistics that we show that the children clothing industry is going up in every year. That's why we choose this to make it happen.
I want to add on is that we didn't expect to sell this business model to the whole market, but with our specific target segment, we are sure that we can attract those customers.
Okay. I see that you also have some plan of doing the toys, right?
Yes.
So what is related to what you do?
Okay. In educational toy and theater, we are said before we want to be in our product because, for example, in last September there is a law that was aimed at to like our parents that have the kid under 6 years old, they have to have the car seat in every house. That's why we think that the trend of educational toys and also the gear like the stroller and the car seats will increase. Yeah.
Facilitate us. So I want to add on is that we focusing on educational toy instead of toys because toys, dolls, you can just like give it to children like in a wide age. But educational toys, they was produced for the specific age of the children. So the turnover rate of the toy is like more often.
So you're gonna be like the marketplace for mother. So, right, the concept.
How long do you estimate the renting time will be per item?
1 month subscription.
So that means the customer will have the clothes for 1 month and then
Yes.
send back to you.
Yes.
On a logistics standpoint, don't you think for a mother or a family, changing clothes every single month might be a bit too much for the customer and she might will need the clothes for a longer period of time?
Think about you being as mothers by shipping each month instead of like you buying new clothes, one pieces every week. We think that our renting model will create the volumes, so each time we ship, it's not like create like more shippings, but instead it's like facilitate with like the volume of shippings.
And also, I would like to add on that we target mothers such as Kun Oil, right? And she told us that these mothers, sometimes they only think about wearing it like once or twice for Halloween costume, for Instagram pictures, and then they go away. So like within 1 month, they can rent like more clothes with us within the time.
Right, thank you judges and thank you team Happily Leave. We would like to thank the first 2 teams for their presentations. We will now have a 10 minutes break. Please be back promptly by 14:04. Welcome back everyone to the final round of this year's Hult Prize at Chulalongkorn 2023.
And now, without further ado, let us proceed to the third presentation from Team Begin Consulting.
Welcome Team Begin Consulting to the final round of the Hult Prize at Chulalongkorn 2023. You will have 6 minutes to present, followed by 10 minutes of Q&A.
There will be a time reminder when you have 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute, and 30 seconds remaining for both presentation and Q&A sessions. We will stop you when your time is up. You have 2 minutes for final preparation and may begin when you're ready.
Before we start, I would like you to think of your favorite shirt, pants, or dress. Why do you wear them so often? I think that those clothes are neither the most expensive, the most fashionable, or the most colorful. They are your favorite see a low rewear rate, which low rewear rate since people only wear 20% of their closets and leave the other 80% behind.
And because of those causes, to solve the problem long term, we try to shift our focus from how can we make people produce this consume less to how can we make those people be wear their clothes longer. That's why we come up with our solution, Closing, the online commerce platform that tries to connect all suppliers, textile suppliers, customers, and that's why altogether providing the favorite fit clothes for the customers made by our process. That's why we can longer the customer using period, and also we also provide the after-sales service to make those things, for example, size alteration. So let's think a little bit about our customer journey. After logging in, customer can search their favorite fit code in our application in a tailor shop, and then they can insert their size and add their special request to make their own fashion and end up with the payment.
So how can tailor use our application? Assume a tailor wants to sell their clothes through our application. First, the Cozy team will QC the store. After that, the tailors will have to design the clothes and set the price with the help of Cozy team. After that, they will receive a customer's orders, produce the clothes, and ship them. Very easy, right?
In fact, Closing also provides a lot of benefit to our stakeholder. First, the customers. The customer can get the customization and additional 3-month guarantees from Closing. And secondly, the tailors. Tailors can connect easily with the customers and the special textile producers. And lastly, the textile producers, they can adapt to be more updated and become more eco-friendly by our policies, such as the trade analysis tools and the environmental discount.
For the revenue stream, Rosie collects 8% commission fee from tailor and 6% commission fee from textile producer.
And for the target customers, we will be targeting first jobbers and white collars with urban lifestyles. And for the tailors, we will be targeting those in Instagram. And for the marketing strategies, for the customers, we will have the influencer review our application on Facebook and also giving the discount coupon to the customers. And for the tailors, we will promote our application directly to them and persuade them to install our application and become our tailors. Lastly, the textile producers, as Bound Family is a part of Thai Textile Merchant Association, it is easy to us to find the textile producers.
For the implementation plan, first phase, Closing, collecting customer, tailors, and textile producers all in our application, Closing. Then phase 2, we're going to have marketing plan to ensure that people may know our business. And phase 3, we're going to expand Closing into China and India and have eco-friendly textile too. And phase 4, we're going to expand Closing into the world and have B2B customer too.
Moving on to the SDGs, the first SDG tackled is SDG number 6, or clean water and sanitization. Cozy allows our textile producers to attain environmental certificates and to reduce commission rates. Next, decent work and economic growth is also achieved since we aim to promote entrepreneurship to our tailors and with our basic price setting tool. And then next, the responsible production and consumption is also achieved since we allow our customers to send back their apparels and for adjustments, and also provide the trend analysis tool to our textile producers to reduce that stock. And lastly, climate action is also achieved since we promote the idea of your favorite t-shirt, to also promote slow fashion, and also intends to implement the eco-friendly textiles and leisure games.
For the impact, Closing reduction up to 8.8 billion liters of water use, a reduction of 10.5 million tons of textile waste, reduce 1.8 million years of desktop and assist approximately 105,000 small-sized tailors. And for the financial, Closing will pay back period in 4 years and gain more than 414 million baht in the 8th year. And let Closing be your fitting room from now to the future. And this is our team member. Thank you.
Thank you, team, for your presentation. The Q&A session will now begin. Let's hear from our judges.
So let me go first. So if I understood correctly, you're proposing a platform where tailors and the textile producers, textile providers, and the end consumers are coming together.
Yes.
What will be the motivation for textile producers to come join your platform where they can actually reach out to wholesalers that are currently between the textile producers and the tailors, while you are having, I think it was 6% commission rate. So you are coming in with a 6% commission. What will be the motivation for those textile producers?
So like as my family is also like selling wholesale textiles, I've become very familiar with that stock piling up in the warehouse. And then like we are so in need of sales to connect to the to other tailors. So this platform is a very good way for them to reduce their stock, and we also like provide them with a reduction of commission fees if they provide us with environmental certificates. And also like we also provide them with a trend analysis tool to lower the potential dead stock, as like right now we have to kind of guess which patterns will be popular for the next like months. So if we are able to use the data from our customers that which clothing are popular right now, we can also help them reduce dead stock.
For the year one, what's your target for the tons of or kilograms of textile you are going to be providing to your tailors from the textile providers? So how many clothing you are going to be selling at the first year, and how many textile you are going to need to provide to your tailors?
We approximately on the first year, we plan to sell approximately 6,000 of clothes in our platform.
6,000 clothing.
Yes.
And how many kilograms of textile your tailors are going to require to produce 6,000 clothing?
Okay.
Piece of clothing.
The textiles, right? So because in our platform, tailors are not required to use our textiles. Does not require to use the textiles from our textiles producers. So this one we didn't calculate for amount that needs to be solved. But for do you need the numbers of tailors or?
So if that's the case, how are you going to make sure the quality of your clothing that tailors are producing? So they might be just saying that, oh, I'm using this piece of textile which is very high quality, and then in fact they might be using a cheaper alternative.
Okay. So before we reach to our application, we also have the QC team to come up and make sure that. Sorry. Before registration, we then need to pass through our QC teams. So the QC team is gonna qualify all of those categories, even from the tailors or even from the textile producers. And also in case of the textile producers, if they have like the eco-friendly textiles, they can apply for the environmental discount for us. So and basically it's gonna be like if they have the certificate of environment friendly, they can submit it to us and we will verify and give them the discount for the commission fees.
About the quality control, how much will it cost you to verify one vendor or one tailor? How much will it cost to verify, to do the quality check on a unit basis?
We have our team that are like responsible for the quality check. So our administrators and the customer service will be helping us in the first phase to help with the quality control. It's already like in their wages, which we already calculated in our financials.
Because if I understand well, for every new tailor who comes into your application, you will need to send somebody to their shop or their factory to verify everything complies with your sets of regulations. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yes, but it's just like a general for the beginning. Like for example, if I'm sent to one textile producers, we're gonna guarantee that okay, these textile suppliers are actually exist and they are like fundamental concerns. For example, like the cleanness, the wellness of the people. These things will be qualified first to make sure that we can overall the problems. And but for the environmental aspect, we're not going to be the one that grade their points, but we will receive the certificate that have already done. And to get that, we will have our team to figure out it. Like, is it going to be over like what we tried to do? Like this one.
And we have some of the examples of the certificates, and like we also will have like a team to help those textile producers to like maybe guide them to get these certificates more easily, and so that they can like become more sustainable as well.
Most tailors in Thailand, I noticed, already have their stock. They already have somebody to give them the producer of textile. What will then be the advantage of a tailor to start using your people you're going to connect them with?
Okay, so at the beginning, we have a promotion for the tailors that want to buy this, like if the tailors buy the textile from us, they will get the reduction in commission fee for the marketing for the first 2 years. Because we have already get the commission from the textile producer, right? So that's why we can make the reduction for the tailors.
And I would like to add that right now, many tailors have to just walk to maybe something or Agoda to find the clothes they want to wear, they want to use for their clothes, but it's pretty hard for them to maybe sometimes find the right color or the right texture. So our application will help them with that.
So who is your competitors and what's your target price?
Our main competitors. First, right now it's on Instagram. Like right now there are so many retailers existing in the market, and they are right now in the Instagrams or Shopee. I learned this from my mother. She wanted to get the dress for the wedding for her. She wanted to get short, but she told me that it's really hard for her to communicate with these shops. So that's why I got this idea that okay, if we provide the application that we connect the tailors and the customer directly, especially for the made by order. Like there is no the main competitor like directly competitor with us right now.
So what's your target price per textile that you target or no target at all? I mean per cloth that you're selling, in which price that you're looking for?
I mean the target customer or yeah. Okay.
So like from the survey, so like
Thank you, Team Begin Consulting. And next, we have Team IE Consulting.
Welcome Team IE Consulting to the final round of Hult Prize at Chulalongkorn 2023. You have 6 minutes to present, followed by 10 minutes of Q&A.
There will be a time reminder when you have 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute, and 30 seconds remaining for both presentation and Q&A sessions. We will stop you when your time is up. You have 2 minutes for final preparation and may begin when you're ready.
So, hello everyone, we are Team IE Consulting. First, I'd like to ask you all, will you buy sustainable fashion product if you can find it? I believe many of you will say yes, because 70% of online fashion customers also say yes, they will buy sustainable fashion product. But the most important fact is that only 24% of them have a chance because they don't know where to find it. And I believe that many of you also don't know where to find sustainable fashion product in Thailand because there is no specific platform that sells the sustainable product. Therefore, the Thai sustainable fashion e-commerce market is not as broad as it should be. And when we talk about fashion e-commerce, there is another big issue that we have to consider, which is shipping. From the research found that 80% of online fashion customers make a purchase more than 1 pound. And every time you make a new purchase, you make a new shipment. One of the main reasons behind this is because the online shopping platform will not allow us to buy products from several stores in a purchase. And that is the main problem of the shipping. So when the several shipping happens, it is not make only the negative impact on the environment, but it is also okay for us because we have to pay more on the shipping cost and it is not convenient. From these two main reasons, our group IE Consulting came up with an idea called Youth.
Youth basically is an online shopping platform for sustainable fashion products. Our products will be sourced from SMEs who are certified by you for their sustainability aspect. We also encourage recycling by giving incentive or discount to our customers who donate their clothes to the charity. Initially, our implementation plan will be divided into 2 phases. Phase 1 is the launching of your platform. In this phase, all business processes and transactions will be conducted with limited number of SME suppliers and customers. This is to test our business model and our platform. In phase 2, we will launch all the run through the scale of the business and ready for the expansion. At the end of this phase, we aim to become #1 platform for sustainable fashion products in Thailand. Our target customers are Generation Y and Z, and our target business partner must have 3 qualifications, including must be Thai SMEs, their products must be slow fashion and ethical fashion. So, in phase 1, youth will find a credible partner and partner with them. Youth will launch marketing campaign mainly through university, and we will launch Youth Star and Youth Return. In order to get Youth Star, the products must meet either of these criteria. And the benefits of being Youth Star is that the product will get better price deal, and we will provide some data analysis for the brand. Youth Return is basically when customers donate their clothes to our partner, we will give the discount in return.
In phase 2, we want you to become a leader of sustainable fashion platform in Thailand. In this way, we will focus on using technology like smart warehouse system because it will be easier if we scale up our business in the future. And of course, we can reduce diversity campaign in this way and increase the proportion of marketing to via influencer and social media to increase our customer reach. To sum up, youth is not just a retailer, but an ecosystem. Because everything related to youth will benefit each other. In terms of SME, they will increase their sales channel, enhance their brand image, and they can get inside data from us. On customer side, having youth is easy to shop, lower shipping costs, and if they return their used clothes to our partner, they will get a discount. This is the concept of youth return. And lastly, for environment, besides lower carbon from shipping and packaging. The thing we want most from you is you can make fashion SME more sustainable. Because if SME want to have more customer, more brand image, more growth, they have to come in youth. And how to come in youth, they must sustain.
In the first quarter of 2023, we will have preparation phase, which mainly focus on inventory system, staff allocation, and deal with engaged partners. And at the quarter 3, we will launch our first phase. Our first phase expect to have 3 months of business test, and we will launch the second phase. We will measure our objective key results at the end of quarter 1, 2024. And this is our key results. In the future, we want to scale up our business by adding local authors to become our partners and expand business to overseas. And this is our financial plan. And if you want more information, you can look to our appendix. Finally, let's create a new ecosystem for fashion industry with youth. Thank you.
The time is up for the presentation, and now the Q&A session will begin. Let's hear from our judges.
If I understand correctly, youth is a marketplace for sustainable fashion companies where all the warehousing is managed by yourself. Is that correct?
Yes. It's the one part of your retail. We want you to not just a normal retailer, but we want you to be like a certifier, like Michelin star. If the restaurant gets Michelin star, they will think that it is delicious, right? And in youth, we want youth to be like, if the brand is in youth, everyone can be trusted that this brand is sustainable.
According to you, how many brands in Thailand, fashion brands, are your target?
In phase 1, we did about 30, and phase 2 is 200.
So that means you will manage the warehousing for those 30 to 200 brands.
Yes.
So how many items would that amount to?
Okay, amount of items. So we have like a demand. So in the phase 2, we need about 150,000 items in per month.
So basically, you are going to be an e-commerce platform for sustainable fashion platforms. And leaving the warehouse issue aside, since we are going to be holding a huge amount of inventory to kickstart this, but how are you planning to basically compete with e-commerce giants like Shopee, it can be Amazon? These companies are already looking for product features that they can put into their platform and identify sustainable products inside. So, for example, now if you go to Amazon and you are searching for, let's say, a clothing piece, right? There is a search filter that helps you identify sustainable products and also unsustainable ones as well. So, while Amazon or maybe in the future Shopee, for example, introduce this function, why would a user come to your platform to just look for sustainable products? How are you going to compete with those giants, basically?
Okay, so
we are different from the other competitor platform because Amazon and you and Shopee and Lazada and Thailand, they don't have inventory, so there's more shipping costs when we buy product from several brands, and so that is like as you can see, we have like unique value compared to other competitors, and but the type of person when we shop some shopping brands, especially for SME like in Instagram stores, we usually like buy 5 brands and 1 pack of each. So and this is a lot of pain point of that the customer face.
So you're basically saying that for a clothing shopping, the usual clothing shopping you go and do, people are looking for sustainable products before that specific piece of product. So for example, I'm looking for, this is Sunday, right? I'll go to my home and am I going to be looking for an app that I can find sustainable products, or I'm going to be looking for an app that I'm going to be finding the shirt that I need? I think there might be some improvements here with the position, right? And so you said there are 30 to 200 brands in Thailand that are producing sustainable products. What percentage of those brands are on Shopee at the moment? Since you said some products in here, right? For example, Shopee, Lazada, you said there are some products. So what's the percentage?
There's a sustainable products in Shopee and Lazada, but what makes them different from you is that if I order like sustainable product like from different brand, if I order from Lazada, I have to pay for the shipping cost twice if I buy from two store. But if you order from you only pay once, and the shipping is like just come in one package, which like is more like
useless parcel. And also with in shopping, if you go to Shopee today and you want to find sustainable product, there is no label or name for sustainable product.
But that's very easy for them to introduce, right? That label, since they have a huge supply at any point. Did you take that into consideration when you were doing your competitive analysis?
Yes, I think that we have like a one of advantage because we have brand that focus fully on sustainability, but Shopee, some brands like Shein, they also have sustainable report, but we don't trust them because they don't have that sustainable image, but we aim to like have the sustainable image on our platform. So I think the customer can trust us more than Shopee or Lazada.
Thank you.
Okay, so I understand that you try to be like the guarantee for something like sustainable, but I have some questions about the process. I want to understand more about the logistic thing that you mentioned first, right? So you want to solve that problems. So how you gonna do it? I mean that every brand that common partnership with you have to store the product with you, right? And at the end you have to sell it because you have to have the stock right before selling. And I'm not sure what will happen, how to deal with that stock. At the end you couldn't sell it, gonna be dead stock in your warehouse.
So we have a plan for that. So in the first phase, we fully purchase the product, because we are like a new brand, so we have to encourage them to join us. So we have to pay full in the first phase, but in the second phase, we will have like a sell return policy to avoid their stock. And we believe that there in Thailand we have the platform, we have a shop called Trace, which is stock some clothes from SME and then they sell. And they can, so I believe that we can also manage our inventory and demand from clients.
So how you gonna choose which product that you're gonna buy first?
So we have to go to some market research and then do which product have the demand.
There are some like example of our target business partner. So there are brands that we have some do some market research. Like the brand that meet our like qualifications. Like these are like some examples.
So you're gonna buy the clothes from this brand, right, and sell back to the customers,
Right.
and they have to pay you for 6%.
We will like a wholesale price of 15%. And for if the product is new stores, I will increase it to 10%. And we have researched that the wholesale price of normal in this industry is around 40%. So we are like lower than half a return.
So you like reselling things, right? I mean, you resell clothes that you buy, and you know that they have demand, so you buy first, and you resell it later. Okay, so you have to pick only the brand that already have demand on the market.
That's like on our first phase. But like in our second phase, we will like open up for any SMEs because our like point is to help like to build like more sustainable fashion product like in Thailand to be like more popular and stuff.
I want to know how you can classify the people coming to buy you this one product or on the value of sustainability.
Like all of our brands in like youth, they're all sustainable. In some ways.
So the great advantage of building a marketplace is to actually not own any stock. The goal of the marketplace is just to connect buyers and sellers and basically take a commission. Your model, which I think is extremely dangerous, especially at the beginning, is while you're going to create yourself, you're going to endanger your capital by purchasing stock and then trying to sell it. That means if one operation fails, basically the whole structure of the companies might crumble to the ground. Have you taken this into effect?
The time is up for the Q&A session. Thank you, judges, and thank you, Team IE Consulting.
We would like to thank the 4 teams for their incredible presentations. This year's competition has been incredibly hard and difficult, but all teams have been working hard to deliver their best case solutions.
Next, let's hear our comments from our judges. Could you please give us your thoughts on the 4 finalist teams' ideas and presentations?
Yeah, we had some great companies with a lot of new innovations, new ways to make business in the fashion industry, from renting clothes to second-hand and creating new. We really saw each component of that industry. So yeah, congratulations to everybody.
I think the fact that we had students from different departments, different faculties coming in and thinking about sustainability is definitely promising for me on a personal level. I think if we are to tackle the problems of fashion industry, it definitely requires inputs from different sides, not just business. So I think we had engineers coming today as well. So I really value it, and I think we had very good presentations today. So I was just thinking myself when I was an undergrad master's student, I think 10 years ago. I think the teams did a very better job than I would have ever done. So congratulations on that, and I think we had a difficult conversation to make to find the best out of the 4 teams that presented today. Thank you.
Okay, so everyone had a different point that they're trying to show us, and everyone really good what they're trying to present to us. So I see a lot of opportunity from each of the product, and so Yeah, I think that is quite good because they are actually underrated teams and they can raise a lot of new ideas and also business. And so, yeah, congratulations to all of them.
Thank you again, judges, for the inspiring and detailed comments. Before we take a break, the voting for popular vote will take place for all on-site participants. Everyone in this auditorium room can now vote for one of the finalist teams of your choice. Staffs will collect your votes at the exit. Please note that the guideline for voting will be provided on the screen.
And there is more. We have a giveaway of 5 bags by our generous sponsor, Sabina. Every participant, please check the card that we've been giving you in the registration. Now, please raise your hand if your NFC card has a black logo on it. Congratulations! You are the winner of the giveaway. Please collect your prize at the front.
That's right, and we will now take 20 minutes break while the judges deliberate the result. Please be back promptly in 10-20 minutes.
Welcome Kun Kube Sanarak to the stage.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you doing so far? Good? Good. Well, great. Thank you. I hope you enjoy the event today. First of all, before I start, on behalf of the organizing committees, I would like to congratulate all the 4 finalist teams again for a very successful pitching recently. And thank you to all the teams who submitted their ideas in this year's competition. I want you to know that no matter how the result comes out today, it's important that you keep going. I believe that Hult Prize is not the end today. I believe that it is just the beginning of the new journey. Now, recently, in the past few weeks, there is a phenomenon that hit the world, and it's nothing more serious than Taylor Swift's new song, Anti-Hero. Has anybody listened to it? Okay, I see a lot of hands in the back row. Good, good, good. When I first listened to this song, there was one particular part, one sentence actually, that is really meaningful to me. It hit me and I felt so surreal about it. It goes like, I'll stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror. This particular part is meaningful to me in the fact that it reminds me of the time when I was in high school. You know, as high school students, we all want one thing in common, and that is to be accepted, right? To be included, to have that sense of belonging, that you are part of your friends, you are part of the society in your high school that you are in. For me too. And at that time, social media was quite a very big thing. Instagram was very viral at that time. And for me, for some reason, I felt like in order for me to be accepted in my friends, you must have a strong presence on social media. And surprisingly, I was very confident about it. I had a 100% confidence that I would deal with whatever social media threw at me, deal with whatever message it was throwing at me.
one incident that changed me. You know, as part high school student, boys have to join a 3-year military training program, aka RODOR, as we know in Thai. And part of this program concerns cutting your hair or even shaving your hair to a military hairstyle. But for me, the most difficult part wasn't the day of the haircut at all. Do I like it? Of course not. But if it's for the sake of my future, then I will do it. For me, the most difficult part was the fact that I have to leave with that haircut. Now my parents try to comfort me saying that, don't worry, every boy in the school will look exactly just like you. Just like a group of looking. But for some reason, when I look at myself in the mirror, I don't like the way I look. I started to lose my confidence. And that 100% confidence that I used to have started to become 90, 80, 70. And the critical point was when it started to influence my self-esteem. It started to influence on the way I see myself, I look at myself, and I don't like the way I look in the mirror. Yes, every boy in the school will look exactly just like me, but where is the source of confidence when I go out of the school, when I go out into the society, taking the BTS SkyTrain, taking the MRT metro, or even go hanging out with my friends? Where was the source of self-confidence that I needed when I don't like the way I look? I became so vulnerable, and it just went against all the things that I believe, went against all the things that I want to be accepted, went against all the social media things that was thrown at me at that time. I was so afraid to take Instagram stories with my friends because I was afraid that I would look bad in those pictures. 6 years later, I become who I am today, stronger, but still vulnerable. I work hard to leave that high school me behind and be in the present at this moment. But sometimes there is that little voice inside me saying, maybe I don't good enough. Maybe I don't deserve to be accepted. And maybe I don't fit in with whatever the society labels as beauty standard. But I was so lucky that I got to surround myself with this wonderful people who cheer me up and always embrace me with positivities as friends and family. Until now, I am so thankful that I got to meet this quality people. But ladies and gentlemen, right in this moment, when we are sitting here together in this hall, there might be hundreds and thousands of people out there, of the youth in our society, who are still struggle to work on their self-esteem, who are still struggle to work on their self-confidence, who became a victims of social bullying, and that Instagram is telling them that maybe they are not good enough, they are not thin enough, they are not white enough, smart enough, pretty enough, tall enough, handsome enough, and that they might choose to stare directly at the sun, but never in the mirror, because for some of them, maybe what they see in the mirror is even more painful than looking directly at the sun. We were all born different, and sure enough, we have different kinds of privilege. You may have the pretty or handsome privilege that is defined by the society. And trust me, it is totally okay. It is alright to have the privilege. But what matters is what you do with your privilege. Whether you use it wisely, whether you use it to take advantage or be indifferent about it, whether you use it to inspire others or ruin others. One day, when we go out into the real world, if you see that there is a social issue going on in our society and is affecting someone's life out there in whatever way possible, you always have the privilege to become part of the solution, to become part of something greater than yourself, to become part of the change makers who create a real impact in our society. Ladies and gentlemen, the society, it doesn't change itself. But together, I believe that we can change the society. Thank you. Thank you again, Khun Pubeit, for an inspiring speech. And next, I'd like to welcome Khun Chanvit Sangwan Situkun, Chief Executive Officer and Chief Product Officer of Shippop, to say a few words for all of us change makers here today.
Okay, so yeah, I think I should introduce myself a little bit about my companies and what I think for now everyone using like e-commerce, right? And at the end, you're gonna end up shipping things. Right? So that's how Shippop companies. So today I want to introduce Shippop to everyone. Okay, so for now, we already have the service on the online and offline. So we will try to harmonize every service for now. And for Shippop, we are already in Thailand and Malaysia. So about 100 people. And we already ship a lot of what, like Mr. Watch last years. And also the franchise that we have learned last year. So as everyone know that e-commerce are rising in this couple of years even before COVID. And what happened? So the e-commerce rising is affect to logistics also rise. So what we believe that we can giving something to the Thailand to help the journey of the sellers and the sellers. So we first have to understand that how important logistics is. If for now, if we were selling things and they doesn't have logistics, they couldn't do it, right? Because we then need someone to pick the good to sending to the buyers. So that's how logistics comes and help us, right? So for that, Shippop had to give more the better of the journey to everyone. So that we have to understand about the customer first. So first time we understand that mostly everyone who's sending things, they're concerned about 3 points. One is price, and the quality, and also the time. So how can we help them? First is about the time. So before we come in, we are the first in the market who offer the service like drop off. As the back to 4 or 5 years ago, we are the first partnership with Thai Post and doing that in the first time in Thailand. So what we help people is that before us, you're gonna take like 30 minutes for sending one parcel, and after we develop our service, we're gonna take like 5 minutes per time to sending one parcel. And about the price, yeah, so we have the a lot of company for now, and you maybe don't know which one is good for you, right? So we have to compare factor that you can know that which one are suitable for what you are looking for. So you can input every data, and you know that which one is good for you. But other than that, we can offer like recommendation systems that have some of the data that where we know that which one is good from the routing that you bring to us, and also the weights and dimensions. So we can suggest which one is the best. And according to what we're doing, it's nice. 89% collects from helping a lot of customers to fulfill their journey. Another thing is quality. So mostly for now, everyone is sending parcel to us, and what they doesn't know is that because if they're using one logistics sending, they will not know the progress, what happened to their parcel. But using Shippop, because we have partnership with every routing in Thailand, and we know every routing in Thailand, so we know before there happens situations like double date, what will happen, which courier will sending to on the time or not, and we can suggest what the courier you should use in the times, and which one is the best price or the best service, and you can see. And other than that, we also offer like customer service for 24 hours, 365 days, so we can help make sure that every journey can complete in what you are looking for. And for all the data things, we also have the address versions that we can help to make sure every input that you come to us, you're going to be collected, right? It's like if you doesn't have a service, you can maybe a chance of 20 to 30% of errors to sending and take a lot of time. But if you're using our service, we have the collection things that can change the sequence and also the timing to help you make sure that you pass your light at what your destination is. And for the next stage we're doing is we start creating the offline service. So the problem is that we first doing that on only the platform online. So we see some opportunity in offline and we create things that like this. So for now we have more than 1,500 shops across the country. So it's look like this. You can go up and then doing everything that you want to do. I mean that's just sending parcel more easy. Inside the shop. Okay. So what the concept in the shop is, right? Mostly we know that in some of the area, not on the Bangkok or outside, there are a lot of pain in the remote area. They need a lot of service. So we doesn't offer only the logistic shipping things, but we try to increase more of the service to them. So we can change any shop that they already opened into using our service by our POS. And they can add all our service like payment things, they can buy insurance, they can do like self-service things. Also they can do the cross-border things. They also have the selling channels that we can communicate, we can co-brand with any brand that we do. And so we offer the loans for them. So for now we have a lot of partners in our online store, in more than 1,000 shops in Thailand. So in the most of the 5 years, we grow a lot in numbers. So you can see that last year we closing around like $15 million. And for the next end goal for today, I think we are trying to develop a new journey for our customers. And also going down from the anticipatory shipping, we have to know right before even the order comings, and we can utilize them. And also the batteries that we're trying to doing the Oracle service to help everything tracking their parcel more easy. And that's it for ShipHop. Thanks.
ในช่วงวัย 50 ผมยังมีความสุขกับการทำงานและเต็มที่กับการใช้ชีวิตผมสนุกกับความท้าทายใหม่ๆเสมอแล้วความคุ้มครองสำหรับตัวผมควรจะเป็นแบบนั้นไลฟ์สไตล์แบบผมสิ่งที่สำคัญที่สุดคือสุขภาพแรงแค่ไหนก็เจ็บป่วยได้ที่สำคัญต้องไม่เป็นภาระกับใครหมดกังวลกับค่าห้องและค่ารักษาพยาบาลElite Health Plus คือความคุ้มครองที่ผมเลือกจากเมืองไทยประกันชีวิต
เวลาที่มีใครถามนะคะว่าทำงานที่ไหนก็ตอบไปได้เลยนะคะว่าทำงานที่บ้านปู่คนบ้านปู่ก็จะเป็นคนที่ปรับตัวให้เข้ากับสิ่งต่างๆที่เปลี่ยนแปลงไปในบริบทของโลกที่เปลี่ยนไปในทุกๆด้านค่ะ
การสร้างความยั่งยืนทางพลังงานเป็นความท้าทายและก็เป็นแพชชั่นของพนักงานบ้านปู่ทุกคนทุกตำแหน่งเรามีความมุ่งมั่นที่จะให้ทุกคนมีความมั่นใจว่าพลังงานที่ได้จากบ้านปู่เป็นพลังงานที่เป็นมิตรกับสิ่งแวดล้อม
เวลาที่จะเข้าไปทำในธุรกิจแต่ละอย่างเนี่ยต้องไปทำความเข้าใจกับคนของประเทศนั้นๆแล้วก็ต้องเอาความเป็นบ้านปูฮาร์ดเนี่ยเข้าไปร่วมกันแชร์กับเขาเพื่อที่จะทำความเข้าใจซึ่งกันและกันนะคะในโลกปัจจุบันนี้เนี่ยค่ะไม่ว่าเราจะทำธุรกิจอะไรก็ตามเนี่ยคำว่า ESG เนี่ยจะเป็นตัวนำเลยของทุกกลยุทธ์ที่บ้านปูจะต้องนำเข้ามาบรรจุไว้ในแนวความคิดทุกอย่างหลายๆประเทศที่บ้านปูไปเนี่ยมันกว้างขวางมากดังนั้นเราต้องเลือกเฟ้นการพัฒนาพลังงานแบบเน้นๆนิดนึงเพราะว่าในทุกๆประเทศที่เราไปเนี่ยมันก็เป็นเหมือนบ้านของบ้านปูอะค่ะเราก็มองว่าพลังงานเนี่ย เป็นสิ่งที่จะเติบโตไปควบคู่กับการเติบโตของเศรษฐกิจของประเทศเติบโตของเศรษฐกิจของโลกนะคะและพลังงานเนี่ยก็จะอยู่กับเราทุกคนนะคะดังนั้นความเข้าใจในเรื่องของพลังงานต่างๆของคนบ้านปูเนี่ยก็จะเป็นสิ่งที่เราคุยกันอยู่ประจำทุกวันอยู่แล้วเราไม่เคยเบื่อเลยนะคะที่จะพูดถึงเรื่องพลังงานและก็อนาคตพลังงาน
ผมก็ภูมิใจนะครับที่ได้เป็นส่วนร่วมในการปลูกฝังแนวคิดเรื่องพลังงานในอนาคตผ่าน Smart City ให้กับคนรุ่นใหม่ภูมิใจมากครับที่ผมได้ดูแลบ้านดูแลบริษัทบ้านปูดูแลพลังงานให้เราได้ใช้ในทุกที่
ทุกคนที่อยู่ในบ้านปูเนี่ยเราก็จะพูดกันในเรื่องของทิศทางของบ้านปูที่จะเติบโตไปมันจะมาจากจิตใจของคนบ้านปูเลยค่ะที่อยากจะทำให้เกิดพลังงานสะอาดพลังงานฉลาดพลังงานที่ยั่งยืนอยู่ใน passion อยู่ใน innovation แล้วก็มองอยู่ตลอดเวลาว่าบ้านปูเนี่ยจะเป็นผู้นำในการเปลี่ยนแปลงพลังงานให้เป็นพลังงานที่ยั่งยืนของเอเชียแปซิฟิกค่ะ
ตื่นมาทุกเช้าก็อยากรีบมาทำงานเลยครับเพราะว่าเชื่อว่างานของเราเนี่ยทำให้หลายๆคนมีชีวิตที่ดียิ่งขึ้นครับ
ส่วนเรื่องหลังบ้านของบ้านปูอ่ะป้าขอดูแลเองต้องเป็นห่วง
ที่นี่เราอยู่กันเป็นบ้านอยู่เป็นครอบครัวค่ะขอบอกเลยนะคะว่าบ้านปูเป็นบ้านของพวกเรามาหลาย10 ปีแล้วค่ะ
การที่พวกเราได้มาร่วมกันได้มาคิดร่วมกันเนี่ยจะเป็นจุดสำคัญมากๆเลยที่ทำให้เกิดความคิดสร้างสรรค์ใหม่ๆที่จะสร้างสิ่งใหม่ๆขึ้นมาให้กับโลกเราได้ค่ะ
ให้บ้านปูร่วมสร้างพลังงานและความยั่งยืนในช่วงวัย 50 ผมยังมีความ
Thank you, Kunchavit, once again for this informative presentation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the moment that we've been waiting for. The results are in our hands. First, we will announce the winner of the popular votes of this year's Hult Prize at Chulalongkorn 2023. And to give the awards, we would like to invite Kun Hasaya Thirananon, founder and CEO of Top League, onto the stage.
Please give a round of applause. And the winner of the popular vote is Team Happy League. Congratulations.
Team Happy League, please welcome on the stage. Please wait for a couple seconds to take pictures. Congratulations once again, Team Happy League.
Next, we will announce the third runner-up. And to give out the award, we would like to invite Associate Professor Dr. Rapiporn Rumsipon onto the stage.
And the third runner-up award goes to Team IE Consulting. Congratulations! Please welcome on stage Team IE Consulting. The second runner-up award goes to Team Teletrouble. Congratulations. Please welcome Team Teletrouble on stage.
Congratulations again, Team Teletrouble. Now, to give out the top 2 awards, we would like to invite Associate Professor Dr. Sotchanok Kasakontarat onto the stage. Please give a round of applause for Dr. Sotchanok. And now, we would like to invite the 2 remaining teams onto the stage.
Welcome Team Happy Leaf and Team Begin Consulting.
At the moment we've all been waiting for, the winner of this year's Hult Prize at Chulalongkorn 2023. Congratulations, Team Begin Consulting.
Congratulations. And of course, the first runner-up award goes to Team Happily Leave. Congratulations.
Congratulations again, Team Happy League. Now, please welcome our winner onto the stage. Congratulations again, Team Begin Consulting. How are you feeling right now?
It's kind of like unbelievable, but I would like to thank you a lot. Thank you for our friends who support me, always support us, and my families, everything. Like, it kind of, because I'm not a good, actually I'm not a good student. I always, skip a lot of class, and I still don't believe that I'm going to get this prize, but if I can do, I think anyone in this room can do it also. That's why I think it's worth looking at.
So maybe I would like to thank all my team members. I think it's just such like a good fit for us with such diverse people in our group. And like this is like the first case and the first time we work together. I think this team is like the perfect combination. So I would like to thank everyone in my team. I would like to thank all my team members. Like we work very hard for
bit nervous now. But thank you to our team members. We work hard and I think it's unbelievable and maybe practice made perfect. Thank you so much.
And now, could you say a few words to the next year Hult Prize? It's a message to the next year Hult Prize.
To people who are still considering to apply for next year's Hult Prize.
Okay, so maybe someone that considering to apply for the house prize, but I think to me the worst thing that people could do is the missing of the opportunities. Like us, even you know that you can do it or not, but first just do it, and maybe the result can be different one, then maybe better than what you expect.
Okay, so give another round of applause for our winner. And to capture this moment, please welcome every finalist onto the stage for a group photo. Welcome all finalists to the stage. Okay, for the next shot, judges, welcome on stage, please. For finalists, please remain on stage.
Maybe you can form two lines.
Judges in the middle, please.
And next up, I would like to invite the Ajahns on stage to take pictures.
Ajahn Rapipon and Ajahn Somchano, please welcome on stage. Can we form two lines, please?
So maybe the winner and the first runner-up can be in front. First runner-up. Thank you again, everyone. May the judges remain on stage for souvenirs from our Hult Prize campus directors. Please welcome on stage the Hult Prize campus director. Thank you again, judges, and thank you again, Hult Prize Directors team. This year's Hult Prize at Chulalongkorn 2023 would not have happened without your contributions. Thank you again, our honorable judges, and all of you, changemakers.
Thank you our sponsors for a generous contribution. เมืองไทยประกันชีวิต Ship Pop บ้านปู Custom Good สปีน่าพัวเส้นหง TL Top League and Sprinkle.
And last but not least, we would like to thank all of the organizing team staffs who have worked around the clock for the past few months to ensure this event runs smoothly.
For more information of Hult Prize, please stay tuned to our Instagram, Hult Prize at Jula, and Facebook page, Hult Prize at Jula. And before you leave, Hua Seng Hong has generously provided us with snacks you can get in the front. And for more feedback for Hult Prize Chulalongkorn, please fill out the QR code provided on screen.
So, this marks the end of the Hult Prize at Chulalongkorn 2023. It's been a pleasure being with all of you changemakers here today. Thank you, and see you next year for our Hult Prize at Chulalongkorn 2024. สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
บ้านใกล้สอบแล้วอ่านหนังสือยังไม่มาหนังสือยังนี่แหละถึงจะมันเงี้ยไปนอนเพื่ออย่างเงี้ยแหละตอนแรกเราจะเข้าเดือนแล้วเข้าเดือนไม่มีแล้วเข้าเดือนอ่ะตลอด